Hey everybody, it's a cold day here today, and I had this rotisserie chicken that we ate some sandwiches off of one part of the breast, so there is a lot of meat still on here. So I got a pot of boiling water right here. I am just going to boil this whole rotisserie chicken, and when it gets done, I'm going to end up with a pot of broth. I'm going to make homemade chicken noodle soup. I got some noodles here from the Amish store. I got celery I'm going to cut up, and I'm going to use canned carrots because that's all I got right now. But we're going to go ahead and grab this out of here, and when this gets done, I'm putting everything in there. Just like that, I'm going to transfer this, put it in my boiling water. That will boil. When it gets hot, all the meat's going to fall off the bone. And then I'm going to take all the meat and the bones out, put it through a strainer, end up with some good broth for my soup. And then I'm going to pick all the good chicken off the bones, and we'll be ready to roll on with our soup. All right, I'm going to cut up some of my celery in little bite-sized pieces, and I usually try to break it like this. And then I pull all them strings off at one time. See how that works? And most of the time they come off pretty good. Or you can take your knife and get them off there if you want. Some people leave the strings on. I like to take them off. Best I can. Okay, then I'm just going to cut these in little pieces. Just like this. And just dice them up. And I'll put them in this little cup right here. And then I'm going to saute these in a little bit. And now I would saute them with my carrots, but my carrots are already cooked. They're in the can. So let's get our celery cut up and we'll be back. All right, one more time how to get the strings off the celery. I just take it. I take my two thumbs and push it down in that ridge right there. And I just come... Oops, I think I did it backwards. I was supposed to do it the other way. Well, let's see if I can do it this way now. Okay, you can break it anywhere, but you got to break it like this. And then peel the strings off, just like that. So you got to peel it, you got to do it backwards like that. I did it wrong. Okay, there we go. That one's right. Get the strings off the back. Now I'm going to cut it up. I have reached in with my tongs and got this thing out. And now I'm going to let it cool just a minute, and then I'm going to pick all this chicken off, and that will be added last back into my soup. All right, now I've got boiling broth here. I'm going to strain this over here in the sink in a bowl with a strainer. All right. It's all strained, so I'm going to pour it all back into the big pot because I'm going to put the noodles in there and I want it all in the big pot. Right now it's just all my good broth and some celery. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add my noodles and let my noodles cook while I'm picking the chicken off. And then put some carrots in and some seasoning. And we'll be good to go. All right, I'm going to cook all these noodles right down in there. And I'm not going to cook them very long. It's not going to take 4 or 5 minutes probably, but I'm going to watch them. And right when they get done, I'm going to take it off the heat. All right, since I already got the chicken, this pot dirty, I'm going to pick the good chicken off and put it right in here. I'm going to put my scraps in the bag that came from Costco, and I will take all the scraps down to my chickens and let them pick it. All right, I'm going to start picking it. All right, I cooked my noodles about 5 minutes, and I removed it from the heat because that hot water they will still continue to cook for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add these carrots so all them flavors can start getting in there while I'm picking my chicken. And then I'm going to add some, a little bit of garlic and a little bit of better than bouillon just to enhance the flavors. All right, I got some better than bouillon, so I'm going to put, I don't know, some of that in there just to enhance the flavor. And then I got some garlic in a jar, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. Just to put a little bit of extra flavor in there. I'm going to get some ground black pepper. Put a bunch of pepper in there. I'm not going to add any salt. I think it'll be salty enough. The chicken was all spiced up, you know, because it was a rotisserie chicken. So now I'm going to add all the chicken that I picked off. Add that to my pot. All right, we're going to stir this up, and then I'll show you what we got. All right, let's dip a little bit out. Oh, look at that. Can y'all see that? Maybe if I tip it like that without knocking the juice off, but I tell you that a rotisserie chicken really makes a nice broth. And I add a little bit to it. Got the wide noodles from the Amish store. Boy, those noodles are good. Y'all, let me get some carrot and everything. A little bit of the broth. On a cold day, there's nothing better than some homemade chicken noodle soup. I love it. Bye.